Hey, and welcome. You're listening to Pure Light, where we explore how you can believe in yourself and be happy with who you are, and ultimately become the highest version of yourself. You deserve to love your life, and you're perfectly capable of making your dreams come true. If you have any doubt about that, I'd love to help. My name is Ailey. I'm a coach and a Kundalini yoga and meditation teacher. I want to share a story very quickly before we get into today's topic. So this is episode 30, and this is about the first step towards inner peace. And something happened a while ago that reminded me of what that first step towards inner peace is. So that's what I want to share with you right now. So a while ago, I had the opportunity to spend some time with this guy, and I didn't know him very well, but I was excited about getting to know him. And anyway, we ended up spending a couple of days together, and it was this really blissful experience. Like, we were just getting to know each other, and it was all very sweet and innocent, but there was clearly an attraction. Like, I was attracted to him and could tell that he was attracted to me. And we made some tentative plans after that. And what ended up happening with those tentative plans is that they kind of fell through. I remember getting a text from him that said, like, hey, this isn't going to work out, this plan that we had said we would try to do. And when I got that text, I felt a lot of pain, and the pain was totally disproportionate to the amount like that I would think a text like that would be. It was like this really deep seated pain in my heart. Like, if I were to describe it, it honestly felt like I was being stabbed in the heart. And it also felt at some level like my heart was like a rock or like ice or something, like something really hard. And so there was this kind of like stabbing pain there. And I remember being like, this is so weird. Like, why is it so painful? And it's funny because initially when this happened, I felt like I needed things to unfold differently in order for the pain to go away. Like, I needed a different response from that text, or I needed something, just something to kind of evolve differently in terms of the circumstances and events. But then what I realized is that I just needed to see things differently in order to process the pain, because there's no way that I can make someone else make a different choice for themselves. And so I decided to just sit with the pain. And the more that I allowed myself to experience it fully, the more that I realized that I had the power to change that experience for myself, and that I didn't need things to unfold differently, because I could basically take responsibility for processing the pain by noticing it and really allowing myself to feel it directly. So really sitting with that discomfort and feeling the sensation in my body and not distracting myself with something else to try to cover it up. Because the alternative to that would have been letting the pain be there and distracting myself, and then also probably being angry at him because he hadn't done what I had hoped. So basically, this is how I chose to look at this experience. So the text did not cause the pain. The pain was already there, but it was beyond my awareness in day-to-day life. And so what this event did was it allowed me to see it and discover that it was part of my own personal emotional clutter. So it's basically from something that had happened in the past that I hadn't processed or digested emotionally. Probably from like when I was a teenager or something. I'm not even sure when it was from, and it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And I want to be clear about something. This is not to say that there's no correlation between what happens and how you feel, but how you relate those things is really important. Because when you look at something as the cause of how you feel, it turns it into a thing where you're at the whim of what happens. So how you feel is totally dependent on the events and circumstances in your life. And you blame how you feel on those outside events and circumstances. But when you look at events and circumstances as the mirror instead of the cause, what's happening is just a reflection of your inner state, which means that you have the power to change your inner state without having to control the external world and change something in the external world. When you look at events and circumstances as the cause of your pain or of your emotions, you're powerless to change them. But looking at them as pointers allows you to be guided to the parts of yourself that need attention so that you can give yourself that attention. Taking responsibility for your inner experience is the only way that you can start to change it and start on the path towards inner peace. Pema Chodron said this really well. Inner peace begins the moment you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions. So the next time that you really feel triggered by something, you feel, it could be pain, it could be anger, it could be sadness, it could be any emotion that you consider negative or an unpleasant experience, something that you don't want to be experiencing. Instead of looking at what happens as the cause of that, look at it as a pointer. It's just there to reflect your inner state back to you so that you can give yourself that attention and process that emotion for yourself. And that is how you will start to feel more and more at peace. If you enjoyed this, subscribe wherever you're listening. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, may you be guided by your light.